Wow. They did it. Nintendo went and did it. They are remaking The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. You know, there are some things in life that just, for whatever reason, they just don't feel real, you know? It's like there's this disconnect from reality. There's verifiable proof that this thing is real. It's out there. There are other people in my life who are seeing it too. It's on the internet. And yet every morning I wake up and I feel like it's a dream. It's like my brain cannot process what I'm experiencing. And I don't know, am I the only one who feels this way? I don't know. I would like to hear. So before I get into it, I don't usually do these kinds of videos, and right now I'm actually traveling. I'm in India. And the announcement came out just before I left. And I've been thinking about it nonstop. As I said, I don't usually do these kinds of videos, so as you can probably tell, this is not scripted. I didn't even do notes. I just kind of wanted to see where my brain would go. So I'm just going to talk about it. And we'll see how long it goes for. And if anyone's even listening, thank you. I appreciate you listening. So, look. I know there are probably some people out there who just think like, you know, whatever, it's just another remake, right? But maybe I'm wrong, you know, maybe people do actually understand the weight of this. It's almost like a meme at this point to say Ocarina of Time is a masterpiece. It's the greatest game ever made, right? And is it? I feel like that's subjective. But to people like me who grew up with this game, there's something so magical about it, you know, and it has the creds, you know, it has the creds. It is, you know, the first real sort of 3D adventure game. So much of this game's DNA is still prevalent in gaming today. It's ridiculous. You know, the problems Nintendo were able to solve in the 3D space here really got the ball rolling for what developers could do for 3D games. And a lot of what they achieved still, you know, it's still the baseline. Obviously, we've gone so much further. But that DNA is still there. It's still integral to gaming. But that's sort of what it gets hailed for, right? But it goes so much deeper than that. There's something about Ocarina of Time that I can't really put my finger on. And like, this could be the nostalgia in me talking, right? But there's a whole generation of people who grew up with this game. You know, it cultivated a generation of gamers. And I think that, to me, is why I'm so excited about this remake. Because if this remake is done right, it's not just a remake. You know, as Nintendo are putting it, it's Ocarina of Time Reborn. What does that mean exactly? I don't know. And, you know, we'll talk about it in a bit, but if they do it right, this game, the experience it provides still holds up. It's still so good. And modernizing it, making it fresh, making it playable for people who struggle to get back into older games. Because, look, I can't blame them, alright? It has aged, it shows its age, and what can you expect? It's an old game. It was one of the first 3D adventure games, okay? But it's just the way it is. You know, my girlfriend Laura, she absolutely loves Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, like loves it, right? But when I tried to get her to play Ocarina of Time, it just didn't work. And I was disappointed, you know. I was disappointed that she struggled with it. But I got it. I get it, you know. But now I'm so happy that I get to watch her experience this story in a way that she'll be completely able to appreciate and get her hands on, you know. And I just can't wait for so many other people to also have that experience. But the core experience and the gameplay do still hold up if you can get around that. So remaking it, modernizing it, bringing it to an audience of people who were never going to touch this game, and to a generation of children who were never going to touch this game, is, to me, it feels like it could be a massive, massive moment for Zelda and Nintendo and gaming as a whole. Now, I'm not saying that it will achieve the heights that it did when it came out. I mean, it's fair to say it will probably sell better than the original did, you know? But will it be a 99 on Metacritic? Who knows? But there is the possibility that this game could be heralded as the masterpiece today that it was back then. And that there will be a whole generation of children who will grow up saying that this is the game, you know. And this is the game. And that's why this remake is so crazy. If you asked me what my dream remake would be, it's this, right? Because this is the game. You know, is it my favorite game? I don't know. Sometimes it is. Right now, because I'm excited. Yeah, it probably is my favorite. But you know, I go back and forth. What's my favorite Zelda game? It's not always Ocarina of Time, but still, Ocarina of Time is the Zelda game. It is the most Zelda game. And I just know that this experience brought to a new generation can do so much magic. So I'm not sure exactly what to expect. I know what I want to expect and what I'm hoping for, but I also don't want to get let down, you know? But it seems to me that this isn't just a one-for-one remake. That opening shot of Link sleeping in his bed, the moment I saw that, my first thought was, well, this is not your daddy's Ocarina of Time. This is bigger. Now, that also comes with its concerns, because you can't touch gold, you know? But at the same time, Ocarina of Time is limited by the period it was created. And it can be so much more. But by making it so much more, you risk tainting the perfection that's there. But personally, they can't bring this game into the modern era in the way they are saying Ocarina of Time Reborn and have the same geometry of the environments, the same sized Hyrule field. They're gonna make this an immersive experience, right? Just look at how different Link's bedroom looks, from that one shot. Look how different Link looks. His outfit is completely different, right? And this is another question. Is that the Kokiri... Is that the Kokiri tunic? Or is that just his starting outfit? Say Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword, Link starts with his everyday outfit and then he obtains the hero's tunic. Are we gonna get that sort of slice of life Kokiri Forest sequence in this game, akin to Twilight Princess's Ordon Village, Are we going to obtain the Kokiri tunic through doing, a small little quest line, getting to know the villagers, getting to know Saria? I wonder, or is this just Link's look? Is this just Child Link's look? A lot of people are saying you can see his hat on the bed frame, and I'm not convinced that's what that is. But if it is, the design of that is completely different, But maybe that's just the Kokiri hat as he inherits the hat we all know later in the game. It's really, really hard to say. But it's these questions that make me think that this game, I'm fully expecting to step out of Link's house and see a completely different Kokiri forest. I'm expecting maybe more Kokiri, more houses. But if not, I'm expecting the visual overhaul to be so significant, to be so much more cohesive. There's this thing with environmental design and N64 games where it's very blocky, it doesn't feel cohesive. And that sort of thing would, in the modern era, would pull you out of the immersion. So I'm fully expecting environments to be reworked. And I'm expecting there to be more interaction with NPCs. I'm expecting there to be more quest lines, Like a good example is Lon Lon Ranch, getting Epona. I'm imagining we're not just gonna have the same small few interactions of meeting Malon, learning the song, becoming an adult, and then playing the song and getting Epona. I'm expecting more. I'm expecting to sort of become integrated into the life of Malon, into the life of Lon Lon Ranch, because Ocarina of Time is such an amazing world. It's such an amazing story, and I don't want it to be padded out like Final Fantasy VII Remake, for instance. The amount of padding and quests they introduced, I don't want that. But I do want the context of the world to be expanded. I want Link to feel more involved, Something akin to like Majora's Mask. He's very involved in the lives of the characters in that world. And I'm expecting them to do that. But I also want them to do it. But at the same time, I'm scared that if they do it, they'll go too far, and the pacing of the game will be broken. Because that's another thing about this game. The pacing is so good, it flows so well. And that's a delicate balance that, you know, that they have to achieve. And I don't envy the people on the team who are making this game. I do not. They have the biggest responsibility, the biggest shoes to fill. The whole gaming community is awaiting what they've done with bated breath. They almost can't win, no matter what this game turns out to be. People are gonna be mad, but also people are gonna love it. And I feel pretty safe saying that I'm going to love this game. Even if it is just a 1-to-1 remake, which I don't think it is. I'm going to love it. But at the same time, I'll be slightly disappointed because yes, this game will be the introduction to Ocarina of Time to a whole new audience, right? But something so special about this game is that for us, the fans, the people who grew up, or even just the people who discovered Ocarina of Time as adults, who love it, this remake could give us the opportunity to experience it again for the first time, I know what to do in Ocarina of Time, Once the game starts, I know where to go, what to do. I can clear the dungeons fairly quickly. Unless it's Water Temple, I might slip up there, miss a key, as everyone is bound to do. But if they change it enough that it throws us for a loop, us who know this game so well, I want to enter the Deku Tree and be completely surprised by what I'm seeing. Maybe keep the flow, the iconic stuff. Like, yes, we have to climb up to the top and jump through the floor, right? The web on the floor. We have to do that. Keep that. It's iconic, it's important. But change it enough that I walk in expecting to know exactly what I'm doing, and I look around and I'm like, oh, wait, hang on a second. That's what I want. I want to enter Hyrule Field expecting to follow the path to Castle Town and go, oh wait, there's all this stuff in the way, there's this and there's that. What is that over there? I want to get distracted. Like in Breath of the Wild, where you've got something to do, you know what you want to do, and you're gonna go there. But then there's all these things along the way. Like, what is that? What is this? Now, I don't want it to be Breath of the Wild. I don't want it to be open world like that game is, but a more real and breathing world that you travel through. Something full of surprises to us who know the game so well. Would just be such a magical experience. Look, I'm going to make more videos. More focused videos, where I'm not rambling. Maybe at least make some dot points to follow, But I just wanted to get this out. I'm so excited. I don't know, man. It's just crazy to me to think that the hero of time, Ocarina of Time, is gonna be the relevant Link and the relevant Zelda game, Like, it's peak Zelda And I love Breath of the Wild. I love Tears of the Kingdom also. But you know, there's like I said, Ocarina of Time is the most Zelda game, and just the fact that that's back, you know, and that the modern gaming landscape is going to experience this game again, mostly for the first time. Um, I just can't wait to live in that world, man. I just can't wait. So, and this here, I'm sitting on the title screen for Ocarina of Time, and it's not just for set dressing. Well, I thought it would be nice to talk over this. I'm actually about to play this, and I'm gonna go live. So, if you want to embark on this journey with me, my Twitch is in the description. I'm gonna be playing Ocarina of Time, and then I'm gonna play Majora's Mask, and then I'm gonna play Twilight Princess, because why not? I'm in a Zelda mood, man. I'm in a Zelda mood. So if you want to tag along, feel free. And yeah, like I said, I'm gonna make more videos about Ocarina of Time, probably a bit more prepared. So, you know, if you've got any topics you'd like me to cover, you'd like to talk about, drop it in the comments. Alright, peace out.